So I'm going to first start with my first equation. And what I'm going to do with it, x squared minus y squared is equal to 64, is I'm going to square both sides. So I have x squared minus y squared squared is equal to 64 squared. Now this turns into x to the power of 4 minus 2x squared times y squared plus y to the power of 4 is equal to 64 squared. And now from here, if I add 2x squared times y squared on both sides, I get x to the power of 4 plus y to the power of 4 is equal to 64 squared plus 2x squared y squared. And this is equal to 64 squared plus 2 times x times y whole squared. And now going back, from equation 2, we have that x times y is equal to 8. So I can just plug that in right here, and I get 64 squared plus 2 times 8 squared, which is equal to 64 squared plus 2 times 64. And now if I factor out 64, I get 64 times 64 plus 2, which is equal to 64 times 66. So I have x to the power of 4 plus y to the power of 4 is equal to 64 times 66. Now, if I have something in the form a plus b squared, this is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So x squared plus y squared squared is equal to x squared squared plus 2x squared y squared plus y squared squared, right? So because now we have x to the power of 4 plus 2 times xy whole squared plus y to the power of 4, which is the value of x squared plus y squared squared. But now remember how x to the power of 4 plus y to the power of 4 is equal to 64 times 66. And also recall how x times y is equal to 8. So I get 64 times 66 plus 2 times 8 squared. And now this is equal to 64 times 68. So this is the value of x squared plus y squared squared. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So now I get that x squared plus y squared is equal to positive negative square root of 64 times 68. And this is the same thing as positive negative the square root of 64 times the square root of 68. And if you guys already know, the square root of 64 is equal to 8. So I get x squared plus y squared is equal to positive negative 8 times the square root of 68. Now the square root of 68 is equal to the square root of 4 times the square root of 7. And the square root of 4 is 2. So I get x squared plus y squared is equal to positive negative 8 times 2 times the square root of 7. And this turns into positive negative 16 times the square root of 7. So this means that x squared plus y squared is equal to positive 16 root 7, or it's equal to negative 16 root 7. Now, if I have something again in the form a plus b squared, this is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So this means that x plus y squared is equal to x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Well, we already have the value of x squared plus y squared right here, 16 root 7, and also negative 16 root 7. And x times y is equal to 8. So I get this is equal to 16 root 7 plus 2 times 8, which is 16. So this is the value of x plus y squared. And the reason this can't be negative 16 root 7 is because negative 16 root 7 plus 16, that's a negative number. And you can't take the power of a positive number and square it and make it equal negative. So that automatically takes out that. So now we have x plus y squared is equal to 16 root 7 plus 16. And now if I take the square root of both sides, I get that x plus y is equal to positive or negative square root of 16 times 1 plus root 7. And this is equal to positive or negative 4 times 1 plus square root of 7. So x plus y is equal to positive or negative 4 times 1 plus square root of 7. This is my solution.